What's going on, Slinky?
You alright, peeps? How's it going? How's it going, Albie Shaw? How's it going, Turnip?
Hi, guys.
Hey, you don't even know. You didn't even ask last episode about,
Yeah. Oh, shit. Continuation. So, Alex, in the past, we've all had some hard moments. But it's time to ask the real serious questions. What kind of names did you get in high school?
I'm glad you asked, Slinky.
Thank you.
Christian and Guru Murphy's got nothing on us.
Do you just want to... So, Chris used to get called Slinky because he stole a Slinky once. Mm-hmm. And that sounds like the sickest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's a good thing you didn't steal, like, a dildo.
Oh, that would be too edgy, Alex.
Why would you be stealing a dildo for... Actually, no, that makes sense.
Why would your science teacher have a dildo?
Actually, no,
to
did you
show
not...
kinetic
Wait, did you guys
Kinetic energy.
Hold on a second. Did you guys not get the models to put the condoms on?
No.
No. I always saw that on
I saw that
TV.
shit and I always thought, what kind of fucked up... I mean, like,
We
great.
got them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did anyone have fun?
Yeah, that's what they're for.
I always saw that on TV, and I'll be like, or on Newsround or something. It's like, PSHE classes, the kids are being taught. And it's like, all right, when am I going to do this? It just never happened.
Wait, are you guys seriously didn't have that?
Okay, firstly, I went to an all-boys school. Okay? So you can
There
already
were
see
plenty of
problems there.
real ones to go around.
Secondly, we had, like, some of the hottest teachers teaching us. So you can imagine how fucking shit that classroom would be for them.
Yeah.
I think at best, we probably would have got a banana. And that's it.
We got bananas as well.
And fucking...
What, just because, you can't...
And
you
fucking
can't,
cheap, extremely durable Durex.
No, okay, listen.
Nothing special.
Someone had their eye out, and then that was the end of that.
We didn't get, like, proper dildos. They were just models. Like,
Okay,
And besides, very expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
If they had proper dildos, I'm worrying about, what the school, like,
Yeah,
But
money
they-
is going
can't do a field trip
towards.
this year, guys. Half the budget's still on dildos. Jesus
but
Christ.
they gave you shit condoms.
Yeah,
Why would they do that?
because they spent all their budget on dildos. Like, we can't go to fucking Ipswich now. Because...
It'll have to be Magnums if I'm going to be there.
No, but didn't they give you...
Whoa, rein it in.
But didn't they give you condoms?
We've already taken away the bumps and...
Didn't they give you condoms?
No,
school?
we got a whiteboard and diagrams.
There'll be
Wait a minute. They didn't even give you condoms
We
for
got
sex ed.
we got Class A pictures in our textbook.
There'll be no smartboards this year, but...
I'm talking crisp detail pics.
Yeah, no,
right?
we got that. We got that before we got the condoms and dildos.
Yeah?
We got the booklet of pictures and pus.
What I got
Yeah,
was
we got that.
I got like a 6-year-old biology teacher showing us stuff.
6-year-old biology.
60.
Okay.
6-year-old biology teacher showing us a diagram of like a vagina.
I think I got
And it
in
didn't
middle
look like that. That's not what it looked like.
I remember in middle school
Because
we had
there was
like
stuff
sex
growing on it. That was the point. It's to teach you safe sex.
There was a teacher that explained everything I need to know about sex in one swift action. And this was in middle school.
Did he say don't do it?
No, he got his fist like that, and he did that. And they spent a whole, class.
Yeah, what
hour
did they do?
taking this.
The people on the podcast can't
Okay,
see that.
I'm taking my fist, and I've got my other hand in a clasp. And he literally went, so this happens. And it fits perfectly. And I got it.
I mean, it
think
makes
everyone
sense.
got it.
No,
Yeah.
but that's how you learn. It's
So
like
your PSH
It wasn't it. This wasn't even high school. This was middle school.
So your middle school teacher was a virgin.
Well, he had a ponytail and glasses.
But actually, you know what? That makes sense because I've always thought the look of genitalia, I don't like it.
Of course.
But it makes sense because it fits like it's a puzzle.
I'm not even joking. He looked like a fat Steven Seagal. So, maybe.
But Steven Seagal is now a fat Steven Seagal.
Yeah,
Looks like Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
topical because he's been in the news recently about sexual harassment.
That was a few months ago, Chris. That was like, say, September, October time.
No one does anything weird in Hollywood anymore.
This is my thing.
Well, talking
We don't
about-
let him go. Okay.
So I'm glad you asked. I did have a nickname.
yes. Please, yes, let's go.
Well, I've had actually a few nicknames. I could probably name the amount of people that call me by my real name on like one hand.
Yeah.
There's something about me which, I don't know, I say like my name's Alex. People are like, oh yeah, no, I'm not going to call you that. I'll call you something else. Probably the worst nickname I ever had. And people call it still me to this day, Gimli.
Why?
I get called Gimli. I get called Gimmers. If I go back home to Brighton, all my friends is like Gimmers. Oh yeah, Alex is coming. Which one? Gimmers. Gimmers is coming.
I want to play the game where we try and figure out why.
Yeah.
But I'm
You
really
would
struggling.
never, ever get this. Because I'm like taller than your average man. I don't grow a beard. I certainly don't carry an axe with me.
Is it because you're so not a Gimli?
No, it's not. Can I tell you why? And this is just the worst reason for a nickname ever. I was on my way to college one day after being at my friend's house for a lunch break. So there's two of my friends and me, and we're walking up this big hill to go to college. And my two friends are ahead of me, and I was struggling a bit. And then my one friend turns around.
I know.
My one friend turns around and goes, "Come on, you're always lagging behind, like Gimli." And then they both laughed, and then got to college.
Makes so much sense.
Got to college, and then it was literally like wildfire. It's like they were waiting for a nickname from me.
That's a
To
great
be honest,
reason.
they needed a nickname for you because I understand the confusion because when I first tried texting you, right, I had 3 other Alexes in my phone. And none of them had surnames.
Why don't you give them a nickname then? Why is
None
it
of them
me?
had surnames.
No.
One of them I don't even remember how I got the name.
They're probably going to be shit compared to Gimmers.
Yeah,
Gimmers
I'm
is,
really.
Doing the same.
Why did I tell you this?
Because it's brilliant.
Welcome to the Dog Seduction with Gimli, Chris and Tarmin. Grimly, Slinky and Tarmin.
Grimly.
Gimli, Slinky and Tarmin.
I can never watch The Two Towers at the beginning of when the guy's like, when Legolas is like, hurry up, Gimli.
When he became full comedic support.
Intro music.
Welcome to the Dork Seduction Podcast, where we talk about stuff.
Wow, you jumped in there, didn't you?
Nice. Come in.
Come in. Oh, hey.
Oh, you. All right.
Oh my god, what
You're
are you
right.
doing here? Hey,
Hi.
man.
Hi. So
What's wrong with
today,
your nose? Eh?
Chris Hemsworth, the better Chris, he decided to join us again because he was with us a couple of years ago.
And he is the better one.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was with us. What episode was it? It was one of the Avengers episodes.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Hey, Chris. Do you want to say hey?
Hey.
Oh,
You
he's
go.
not even looking directly at us
Oh, look,
now.
no, he's writing something. Oh, another cold, eh? Yeah. All right, then. All right, whatever. That's cool.
Okay, just sit. Just pull up a chair.
I'm not even surprised at this
What's
point.
he doing here?
Well,
Good question.
Yeah, so we decided, even though it's been a while since Avengers Infinity War came out, and it's a few months till the next part comes out, we decided to just do an Infinity War episode.
Does he have to sit next to me, though?
Oh, I'd like it if he sat next to me.
Is that why I'm between you two?
Yeah, probably. I think he has it in his contract.
All right,
Stop
Chris.
encouraging him, Jesus Christ. He doesn't. We don't get paid for this. He don't get paid for this. Why is it happening?
You are humongous.
He really is. Don't you think Chris Hemsworth got more attractive? Sorry, I keep saying Chris Hemsworth like he's not here. Don't you think he got more attractive when we realised he was funny?
Wasn't he always funny?
Ask him.
Okay, he's got a sore throat. I mean, it's understandable. We don't want him coughing through the episode like Chris does.
Nah, yeah. No, I think...
No,
I
fair
think,
play, mate. You've got some self-control. Well done, Chris.
Yeah.
When you going? Oh, okay. Yeah. all
He
right.
just wants to sit here and watch us.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
What's happened between you two?
No, he's just a wanker.
After the last episode, right? Me
What's
and Matt.
happened?
Was it me and Matt or me and Annie? I can't remember. Me and whoever else. We all went out with like Chris Hemsworth. We forgot to invite Chris Bridge.
Oh my...
I mean, when you put Chris on the list, it's easy to make these mistakes, right? I mean, yeah.
But we went out of
He
the
didn't
town.
correct it or anything, did he? That's cool. Anyway, so Chris Hemsworth, like,
That is
you're,
He
So I
took
hear-
us to a walkabout and everything.
so I hear
course he
you're a big deal somehow. You're famous, right? Yeah, cool. Infinity War.
Yeah, how did you find it?
I thought it was all right.
We didn't watch it together.
No, we didn't. It's a bunch of it's a combination of all these smart ass little men coming together and women.
Smart-ass little men?
Yeah, superheroes.
I love how women are a
That's
footnote in
all
the story.
superheroes are nowadays. They're just
What are we talking about? Small soldiers?
small soldiers. That's right. Chip Hazard,
You probably know more about that.
Butch Meat Hook, Link Static, Brick Bazooka.
What's the country that the other...
Wakanda.
All gone.
Can I just say Wakanda? Because we didn't
That's
even
what-
we didn't have like a Black Panther episode either. Black Panther was fucking awesome.
It was all right.
Oh,
It was like Lion King, but
Wakanda
with
is like the most
superheroes,
amazing place.
You know?
Like I understand Asgard was supposed to be a beautiful place. I'd rather holiday in Wakanda. If I'm going to be
I'd
perfectly
holiday
honest.
in the psychedelic Wakanda in their dreams. That's cool. That's like a Disney film in
But
there.
then you go and meet like dead people.
Cool, yeah.
What if you
and,
met Hitler?
And Panthers. What?
What if you met
What's
Hitler?
he doing in Wakanda?
No, but he's in the dead place.
Then that means everyone's there.
Yeah.
So who are you going to meet? Fabio from Exorcist
Maybe
3.
that's where the dusted people are.
Duster people.
The people that got dusted at the end of Infinity War. Spoilers.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh god!
right.
If you're not on Instagram, I haven't watched Infinity War, and I know people get dusted. There's a
Very
geezer that
mad.
gets a load of rings, and when he gets all the rings, people
Basically,
evaporate.
no, okay. So that is Thanos.
Mr.
He's not a
Blueberry.
geezer. He's Thanos.
What's
Yeah.
Thanos' car? Is that just an Instagram meme? Thanos' car?
You
Wait,
mean...
what?
It's like a meme where it's like a pickup truck, and it looks a bit like Thanos. Sorry, go on.
Wait,
What?
I want to
Wait,
see
is
this now.
Thanos a transformer now?
Thanos has a car.
Oh, okay.
A Mustang?
He doesn't need to. He's got Space Stone.
Oh man, this is too much for me. I don't know what.
So there's
going
these
on.
there's these guys, and they're called the Funky Bunch, and they travel around, and they say, look, the Earth is in trouble, and then these aliens come in, and they're like, we have stones, we want the stones that you have, and we really want them badly, and then there's these gods, and we're not even going to go into that.
Like Asgard.
There's
Chris
like Chris
Hemsworth is
Hemsworth,
throwing you dirty looks
Loki,
right now.
Set, Zeus,
Yeah.
all of
Set.
those bad boys. Set, he's Egyptian, I think, and
Oh mate, this reminded me of Stargate.
yeah, exactly. And then we've got like Batman, and he's not even in this universe. He's not even part of the same company. And
What are you talking about?
and then finally, the world is saved thanks to Keaton, I think.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. He comes in, and he's Birdman, and then we realise everything's just fourth
He's
wall breaking.
Birdman, he's Batman, he's Vulture.
Yeah, Infinity War was amazing. Pretty good, actually. No, in serious, like Infinity War was. I thought it was going to be more than it was. Again, these things come out, and you
But
think
it's
they're gonna
only
be crazy.
part one.
Yeah, it's still a film.
Okay, so basically, Alex, because he didn't actually tell you what happened.
Yeah,
So, did you watch Avengers 1?
maybe.
Okay, so Avengers 1, Loki comes down to Earth, the Avengers assemble, beat Loki. The person
Yeah,
that actually sent
seen that.
Loki to Earth was Thanos. So he's been working behind the scenes for like 10 years, trying to get these Infinity Stones. So with a click of his fingers, he can obliterate half the universe because we're running out of resources and people are going to die in poverty.
So he's
And-
like he's like the means to an end guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's got an honourable goal, but his envision is killing half the universe to do it. So it's
Yeah,
like,
but he wants to do it with his fingers rather than blowing their brains out, which he did with half the Asgardians.
So is Thanos not 100% bad?
The thing is, I would see he's a hero of his own story.
yeah.
So, but then again, I sort of empathise with him because I understand, I get it, because we are overpopulated. Something needs to be done. But I probably wouldn't obliterate half of all life because Kevin Feige, he's basically the showrunner of the MCU. He said he meant all life as in trees and livestock and stuff. And it's like, so we're still in the same position.
Thanos sounds like Michael Farage.
Nigel Farage.
Not what did I
Michael
say?
Farage.
Who's
you
Michael
mean Nigel
Farage?
Keaton?
No, yeah, Nigel Farage.
Who's Michael Farage?
Thanos sounds like Nigel Farage.
Look, Alex, who's Michael Farage?
That's Nigel's brother, who's much more conservative.
Brexit bat, isn't it? What was his name?
He does sound like Nigel Farage. Oh, there's too many people. Whoa,
Yeah,
it's
but
all
he's talking
good
about in the
world.
country. He wants to deport people.
So what you're
Thanos
saying is...
wants to obliterate half the life of the universe.
I think that's what Nigel would do if he had his way.
What, with a little pint in his hand.
Nigel doesn't have any follow through though, so
Thanos kind of cleans up the mess.
yeah.
If that makes sense. You
Yeah.
know, he does that, and there's a point to an end. You know.
Yeah.
No, Farage. We're doing the Farage thing. Farage
Farage.
moves them. Farage. Foray moves it over to another area. He doesn't clean up the mess. He
Flambe.
pushes it to someone
Yeah,
else.
but
to
his
deal with.
universe is Great Britain.
His universe is Great Britain.
So then-
he's Captain Britain.
No,
Fuck that shit.
no, I'm just saying, like, yeah, it sounds like a similar. They've got a similar ethos.
Like,
There's
there's
too
a-
much. There's too many people. Let's get rid of some of
Hollywood
it.
does this. Hollywood does this where they incorporate political things into their films at the time. So, like, you've got...
No, yeah, but Nigel Farage isn't as cool as Thanos.
No,
I've seen
Thanos is so fucking cool. Thanos, I understand him. I get it. I mean, I probably wouldn't have gone through the same. I would like double all the livestock and like oxygen and plants and stuff.
Would you get with
But
that?
then again, I would. Yeah, I probably would.
So-
but the thing, I would make some people sterile. I wouldn't just like obliterate half the universe.
Yeah, imagine the impact that's going to have on their lives.
No. Okay, no.
Haven't they done that secretly in government projects?
Guys, because in a few decades we're going to be back to the same population anyway. So he's going to come and have to do it again.
Wait, what do you mean?
So if he just wants to slim down the population, just
Thanos will.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if he wants to just slim down the population, I would have just made some people sterile.
Well,
that sounds horrific.
It's like...
That's such a horrific thing to say.
Yeah, but like, do you really think that's worse than going away from existence because they literally got dusted?
Well,
What is dusted?
As in, they turned to
okay,
dust.
so this is the
Did they
meme.
die, though?
This is the meme
That's-
of dusting.
That's the question. Did they die? I think they're stuck in the Soul Stone.
So you think
Okay,
that's
so
still
there's-
sentient?
Okay, so basically, we didn't go into the stones. There's Infinity Stones.
Have we got
and-
time?
Yeah, there's Infinity Stones. I probably can't remember all of them. So there's reality, there's soul, there's space,
You do a good job.
there's
I wanna see
mind.
Go
There's
on.
the soul.
Yeah.
Oh, you said
There's 6. I'm missing 2 though.
Don't forget the Euro phase.
the Euro stone.
Like, this is why Nigel Farage is so similar to Thanos, because he's collecting the Euro stones, and he goes to each country in the European Union, and he goes,
Reality, soul, mind, space, time.
Coke,
Time. What's the other one? There's 6.
soul.
No, I've said that one.
They took our job stone.
The sugar drop stone.
And if you collect
Wait,
all
wait,
the stones,
wait.
You get to sell your Charizard for £12,000.
Wait. So the gems are mind, soul, space, power, time, and reality.
Mind, soul, space, time, power,
And
reality.
Yeah.
And we all got the reality stone? Come on, think
So the
about
thing
it.
is, like, they're very...
Oh, okay. And individually they're powerful, but no one has
So-
been able to hold more than
okay,
one.
I'm gonna test you.
But Thanos, he got a gauntlet so he could hold all the stones. Once
that
he's got
like a-
one, once he gets all the stones, that's when he can click his fingers and obliterate half.
Can I... Okay, so if you have the reality stone, what's that do for you?
Alters reality.
So what's that
pretty
mean?
much
What
that's
you-
quite powerful
So
already.
what does alter reality mean? You can change time?
Okay, that's the time stone.
Yeah, so what... Alter reality...
Alter reality. Okay, so the sequence in the movie that shows the altering of reality, he put himself up there, like he was fighting the Collector and kills the Collector. His child, Gamora, comes along and kills him. But it turns out he was altering reality because she didn't actually kill him. He turned...
So doesn't he change time in
turned
doing
Drax
that?
into, like, blocks. He turned Mantis into, like, a slinky. And, yeah.
Isn't this the Benedict Cumberbatch film, then?
It is a bit...
Benedict Cumberbatch is in it. He's Doctor Strange.
Yeah, isn't that the Doctor Strange thing where you change
He's
realities?
in he can do that, but that's because he's Sorcerer Supreme. So he's got...
You say that like it has no brevity to it. Because he's what?
Catch up, come on,
He's Sorcerer Supreme.
Of course.
Welcome to Marvel.
He can create wormholes and all that stuff.
Aren't we all
But
Sorcerer
he's also the protector of the Time Stone.
Oh, we all.
Yeah.
Yep.
So basically, he
Man.
gets all of these, and he obliterates half of all life on the universe, and everyone gets dusted. And what happens after the dusting, we don't know.
I've been sceptical about Marvel films and stuff like that for a while. Only because, like, it takes quite a lot to go to the cinema.
Yeah.
And it, costs a fair bit. You got to take your time out.
I watched it 3 times in the cinema, mate.
Yeah. To be fair, if you want the time, if you make the time, you'll get the time. But I want to go and see a film and be able to watch that and not have to have done my homework and to watch 2 and a half hour film. But like from listening to you two talk, you get a lot out of seeing all the films and like.
But I don't think you need to have watched all
Here's
of
the
the
thing.
films to have watched that.
We've both seen them all. I feel we have very different opinions because I feel very sceptical about the Marvel universe. I find it's very smart aleck. I still watch it, and if I enjoy a film, I love it. I love action films, but I feel like they're too full of themselves now. Or
I don't think so. I think DC are trying to be too full of themselves.
well,
they think a lot for
DC
they
aren't
think a
even
lot of
compared.
themselves.
They're just failing everywhere. That's
Yeah,
fine.
apart from
Batman
Wonder Woman.
versus Superman. and
Superman,
stuff
Sumo.
Wonder Man was actually good, and I was putting off watching that for the longest time.
So
'cause I
Wonder
didn't think it
Woman was the only one that came out that was actually quite decent.
Yeah, and I wasn't expecting it, so I was putting off watching it, and I finally watched it. I'm just like, why did I wait so long to watch that movie?
No, the Marvel universe, it almost sounds like its own genre in a way.
Yeah, it's its own like thing.
Do you think people are going to look back on it the way they look back on like sci-fis from the 1950s? It's going to be its own look. That there's, like the 2010s were a golden age of like superhero movies.
The thing is, like, they're all comic book movies, but they're all individual. If you get what I'm saying. Like, Ant-Man is like a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Doctor Strange is like science fiction mystics.
That's what I like, when it's not like continuations of Thor 3 or something, and it's just Guardians 1 or Ant-Man or something like that, and it's a one-off.
Yeah.
You could treat it like a one-off, and all of a sudden you can enjoy it because...
you'd love the Guardians movie.
Oh no, I've watched the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and that literally...
The second one was amazing as well. It's better than the first, I think.
So the first had literally nothing to do with any other universe.
It just introduced you
but
to
actually, you learn a bit about Thanos, because Gamora is the child of Thanos.
So
daughter of Thanos.
the robot head, the
No.
skinhead girl,
She is
the
as
skinhead
well.
girl.
Yeah, she is as well.
And is it Tandy? It's not Tandy Newton, is it?
No,
the green
Zoe
girl.
Saldana.
Zoe Saldana.
So, so like it has its nods and connections to the original universe.
Who's the guy with the hood on?
Ronan.
Oh, you took Ronan the Accuser.
In the first film.
Yeah. So you saw an Infinity Stone.
Oh my god! I saw an Infinity Stone, guys.
I think that's the Power Stone, no?
So that thing they have at the end where they all suddenly become super.
Yeah, and then they all like.
Yeah, Ronan, he put it in his axe. You know, the purple thing.
That's the Power Stone, right?
I think that's a Power Stone.
That was a Dreamcast game called Power Stone. Anyway, so that's just one of them, and Thanos has like all 7 altogether,
6,
and all 6 altogether.
7.
He doesn't have enough fingers.
Anyway, so like that's why he's such a threat now, because you saw what one can do. Now look at what they can all do, and we saw what they can all do. And understand that as someone who hasn't seen the film, saying dusted, it sounds like he's got half the universe cleaning his mansion. But no,
Oh my god, it was actually heartbreaking. Like seeing Bucky going over to.
He doesn't know who Bucky is.
Oh, Bucky the Winter Soldier. Oh my god, you don't know Bucky?
Is he from Captain America?
Yeah.
Isn't he?
He's Paisley's best friend.
I seen the first Captain America. He's the one that was his best friend, and he wears all black. Right?
Yeah, like
and
that.
he was like,
That's the Winter Soldier.
Is he an enemy? Is he
That's
not
the
an
Winter
enemy?
Soldier.
He had that Sub-Zero mask for the first half hour.
Watching him walk over to, like, he's the first one, I think, that we see Dusty.
See, I just think it has too many characters now. I don't care about Bucky. I don't care
Yeah,
about,
but
like...
that's, I think they're cleaning house with Avengers 4.
Boy and
do you know?
But, like, Peter Parker saying, I don't want to go, I don't want to go,
Yeah,
Mr.
sure,
Stark, I don't want to go.
Sure, that's lovely, but I haven't even watched Spider-Man Homecoming.
I've watched
That's such a good movie.
I'm sure it is, but there's just so much coming out. Like, okay, Winter Soldier, yeah, sure, everyone likes Chris Hemsworth. He's Mr. America.
Oh,
Hey, God, I forgot you were there, Chris.
big head over here.
Sorry, Chris Hemsworth? I meant Chris Evans. Sorry, Hemsworth. I said everyone liked you.
Well,
I
the ginger
completely
guy
forgot
from,
Chris Hemsworth was there.
TFI Friday. Chris Evans. So, no, but that's a good point. You saying, like, it's too hard work. There's too much.
Getting into it now, it's...
Do you think it's kind of similar to how people used to read comic books back in the day?
Yeah, it's hard to get into. You can buy omnibuses. You know, you can buy the story that they're doing for this set period from now on, and they try their best to get you into it. But
I feel like it's kind of watching like an ensemble TV show, but once for 2 hours every few months.
You love it, don't you, Tony?
I fucking love it.
You love
I
it.
fucking love you, Hemsworth.
They bank on the fact that everyone has seen every film.
Yeah, and that's
But
a
you
bit
don't have
unfair,
to. No,
isn't it?
the thing is, you don't have to. I've taken people to random movies that they haven't seen any of the previous ones before.
To be fair, though...
I took my cousin to see Thor Ragnarok. She hadn't even watched any of the movies, and she loved it.
To be fair, though, when you had those first ones, okay, Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire hit, and you were like, shit, this is hot shit. I mean...
That was the beginning of it, right?
Yeah, it's campy, but it was bloody good. And then you had Iron Man 1 here, and you're like... Finally, this is cool. They're actually doing this really well. And then they realised they're doing this really well and thought, okay, let's turn this into something.
What came after Iron Man?
It was...
Okay, so Iron Man 1 came out. That was in 2008.
And in the background, they had these Hulk films coming out. But
Iron
they were all
Man...
different actors.
Yeah, no, Hulk we don't even count. Iron Man 2, I think, came out in 2010. In 2011, Captain America came out and Thor came out.
They kind of rushed those two.
Yeah, but they were decent. 2012, it was The Avengers, and I think that was the only one. 2013, Iron Man 3 and Thor The Dark World. 2013 was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, sick film, that.
And did anything else come in 2014?
What? Wait, what's Samuel L. Jackson got to do with all this? Why
he's Nick Fury.
Why is he always popping up at the end of films like, hey, I'm here. Look, I'm here.
I'm angry.
I'm angry and I'm here.
Oh, Hemsworth is laughing.
Can we just address the fact that there are some of the cheesiest moments in these films? Like, you've all seen it.
Mother... Yeah.
I mean, there was one point where he says, he wasn't carrying those baseball cards in his pocket, was he? No, he wasn't, sir. but they needed some motivation, didn't they? Yes, they did, sir. Like the whole baseball cards thing.
We didn't need to vocalise it, but it shows how. But then again, it shows how ruthless he is about
and there's
it.
all these smart-ass quips, like in Winter Soldier, there's a point where they have a massive death machine in the sky passing them, and they say something smart-ass, like, so you or me first, or something like that, and it pisses me off, man. Like, take it seriously.
Like, as if you would say that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm all having fun. I'm not trying to be a killjoy, but they're so smart-ass now. They're so quippy.
Robert Downey Jr. is sick, and I think he's really good as Iron Man.
He's cool.
What film was it in that I've seen? See, I don't even know, but I can tell you what happens. Him and, like, Eric Bana, so the Hulk, trapped in, like, some, I don't know, as if it's a spaceship or something, and, like, they're getting on each other's nerves, and Eric Bana's getting pissed off by Robert Downey Jr.
Eric Bana.
That's what I said.
Wait, I'm not thinking of Scanner Darkly.
No, we're talking about, it's a comic book film.
Oh, right.
So it's the Hulk.
Bana was in the 2003 Hulk.
Who's the new Hulk?
Mark Ruffalo.
There was Ed Norton. Oh, that one's good. Yeah, that one's
the Ang Lee one.
No, that was
Eric Bana.
Yeah, that was Eric Bana.
Yeah.
Then we had Ed Norton. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, so Mark Ruffalo and Robert Downey Jr. are kind of like clashing heads, and they're like stuck in this like spaceship, and they're kind of like getting angry at each other. What would that be?
What is that?
Are you sure that's not Avengers 1 when like
they were in a space?
They were in a spaceship.
What was
it was a helicarrier.
And what's Scarlett Johansson got to do?
She's an assassin.
She's good with guns.
Has she not got any like powers?
She's good with guns.
She's
she's
an assassin.
If she was in a group of soldiers, it would be 4 gunmen and 1 gunman. You know.
To be fair, she brings humanity to it, though. I guess her and Hawkeye, they're the only humans. So
he's good with arrows.
There are states.
Captain America's though.
He's superhuman.
Robert Downey Jr. is a human.
Iron Man's got an exoskeleton.
Haven't we all?
The thing is, they're very unbalanced as well. So you've got like a god, you've got like a super gamma.
Don't look at him like that. Anyway, carry on.
A god. You know, a super gamma soldier, and then you've got like a person
who's a super gamma soldier,
like Hulk. He's green and he's mean and he can smash anything.
Well, no, I think Captain America's the gamma soldier.
Yeah, but he's just.
That's why the Hulk became what he became.
Like,
it's because he was experimenting with gamma rays and all that stuff.
My point is they're just unbalanced. Like you've got these people that are like god level, and then you've got these guys who can take one guy down really cool, and then like
who would win then?
Thor every time.
Thor and Hulk. It's like
Thor and Hulk.
Actually, no. To be fair, at the end of Ragnarok, Thor was like massively superpowered, and I think he gets more powerful because Odin's dead.
Yeah.
So I think Thor.
But what if he lost his hammer?
Well, he did.
He did lose his hammer.
And he's still all right.
He is the god of thunder.
Technically, he got really powerful, but it's the first villain.
Thunder doesn't kill anyone.
It's the first villain he didn't really take down. You know.
What, Hela?
Like, Hela's still fucking powerful.
Okay, so Hela.
Pretty much the WMD of the Marvel Universe, other than Thanos.
She's the Queen of Death.
She's like, would she kill Thanos?
Okay, so Thanos, Thanos has been sitting in wait for like 10 years, right?
What's her name? Blanchett?
Kate Blanchett. She was. You need to watch Thor Ragnarok. It's so good.
Is it like she does that thing in Fellowship of the Ring where she's like, when Frodo offers her the ring, and she's like, oh,
Queen, no! She goes full Iron Maiden. Yeah. In this, she goes not just full Iron Maiden. She goes full Led Zeppelin. Sorry. They have a Led Zeppelin song playing with her in it.
No, Thor Ragnarok is like the best Marvel movie, and I can honestly say that.
Okay,
you don't even have to watch the others. It's just fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Thor Ragnarok.
And you get to see a lot of like the brotherly relationship. You didn't get to see that.
Is that the one with Natalie Portman in it?
No, Natalie
This is the first
Portman,
one without her.
which probably makes it better.
Which is the
Makes
one?
it better.
So I watched the one the other day when I think the first one with Natalie Portman in it. So that's Thor 2, right?
No, that's Thor.
That's
the
Thor,
original one.
And then she's in Thor 2.
When they create that bit in the warehouse where like...
that's Thor 2, yeah.
Oh my god, you started for the worst one.
You know what though? Kat Dennings gets a bigger part. I like Kat Dennings.
Yeah,
she's the kind of emo girl.
She's the emo girl. She's in 40-Year-Old Virgin. She's in Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Yeah, she's
in
emo girl.
The Vampire Ship. Oh, she's sexy. Yeah, okay.
Do you like emo girls?
Yeah, she's alright. I mean, I'm not saying anything. But
Chris Hemsworth is disgusted with you right now.
I don't care.
And so am I, Chris.
What? Chris likes emo girl or Natalie Portman?
No, he's just disgusted by the way you're talking about her.
Really? I have a crush and you're going to blame me for that? Yeah? Okay. Fuck you. Okay.
I guess you're not getting invited to the pub again. I think me and Alex have already got the invite.
Chris Hemsworth has this little joint to the Weatherspoons. Yeah, okay. That's a shame.
Yeah, he's got the app. That means he can get the beers, like, delivered straight to his table.
He always pays as well.
You know what? That app isn't actually bad, so I'm not going to knock it.
I've never tried it. I really want to.
It's really cool. But yeah, Kat Dennings, hottie.
So anyway.
Official.
Anyway, how do you think... You didn't like the movie then, it seems like,
Well, number 2.
Infinity War.
Yeah, it was alright. I mean, it's always just alright. You know, it's
Oh
not
my
bad.
god, really?
It's not bad, it's just... I've seen
Are
this
you
shit.
intrigued to find out what happens afterwards?
Not really.
What about Aquaman?
That's not part of Marvel.
DC.
Oh, sorry.
You know what?
DC.
Sorry.
But I'd probably watch it. Jason Momoa is hot. Oh,
Is he the guy from Game of
so
Thrones?
sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Carl Drago.
Yeah.
You've
Malfoy.
all seen what Aquaman looks like in
Yeah. Chris Hemsworth is
origin.
looking at us funny.
So they're trying to make Aquaman cool by giving him a darker, edgier look.
Did you guys see the Shazam trailer?
Yeah, that's actually
Shazam trailer?
Yeah.
What, with Shaquille O'Neal?
No.
I was waiting for someone to do that.
It's a DC movie. So basically, Zachary Levi, who's amazing and who's lovely and funny,
Yeah.
who was in a TV show called Chuck years ago.
He becomes a genie.
He was in the Thor movies. He played Fandral, which is one of the Warriors 3, who didn't even get a line in the
All
last
these
one.
like Fandral and Gandril, and they
And-
need to collect the Blanco
And
stones.
now he's playing a character called Shazam, which is like a kid, but then he shouts Shazam, and he turns into a superhero, which is Zachary Levi. It actually looks
He
quite
turned
funny.
into Zachary Levi.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
love Zachary Levi.
Not even a hero, just
I'm so
And
sorry,
he's
Chris
like,
Hemsworth.
and then he goes like acting like auditions. He just
exactly.
doesn't get
And
them.
the whole film just covers his. It's like Big, but in the modern times.
The thing is, with these superhero movies, they always like, this is the most powerful person ever.
It's literally Dragon
and
Ball
then,
Z.
And then the next episode is like, oh no, wait, but this person could destroy the universe. Oh, but wait. And it's just like...
The multiverse is in peril.
Yeah.
And then it's literally like the escalation of villains. Okay, so how it works is to introduce a hero, we have to have a film. And to have this film, we have to have a peril. But it can't be the big peril. It has to be a peril who's bad, but not too bad. So he's a throwaway villain who we're going to knock out in this film. And every single hero has that. You've got, in World War II with Captain America, you have the Red Skull guy, who is just a human with a red skull. You have Ronan.
I was just going to say, in Spider-Man Homecoming, you got Michael Keaton, and he gets all the...
I love the Vulture.
he's quite good.
He's so good. And you understand him. He's a sympathetic villain.
He's a pretty good villain, but as you say, he is just going to get battered away at the end.
Actually, you know, you have a point with the Marvel villains. A lot of them, up until recently, a lot of them have been like one note. They've been so forgettable. Other than Loki...
Crossbones.
And the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, he didn't start off as a villain. He sort of became a villain for a little while.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had his own reasoning.
When you have to make room for the big ones like Thanos and Crossbones.
No, but I think they realised early on with because a lot of people have love for Bucky, a lot of people have love for the Winter Soldier and Loki. It's because people understand them. Those people have relationships with the hero. People understand why they are like that. Yeah. So now we've got later villains like what's his name from Black Panther? I've forgotten his name now.
Oh,
Killmonger.
Jesus Christ.
Killmonger.
What a name! Like,
given a name like that, he's not going to be a good guy, is he?
Yeah.
no, it's like I give deals on death or something like that. It's just so okay. Some of these names were made in the 70s. I understand that.
Were most of them made in the 70s?
Well, a lot of them. I mean, Venom was 90s. Bane
We
was
need to
90s.
talk about Venom later.
Oh yeah, the first bad Marvel film.
So Venom's come out, and that was...
it's a Sony
Oh, I
movie.
can't believe...
It was Sony.
It's a Sony movie.
Okay.
So Venom, I can't believe that was such a flop. Oh, Venom, can't believe that did so well.
I'm leaving both of them in there, by the way. It's already done well. Anyway, what
Let's
were we
talk
saying?
Tom Hardy.
He's going to be on next episode.
Gee.
I'm sorry, Chris Hemsworth. Like, you know that these guys love you more than anyone.
Nah, Tom Hardy. Wouldn't kick him out of bed.
Wouldn't kick the bed out from under him. Right? Wouldn't open the door and let the breeze in. Eh? Wouldn't buy a cab and send him home. Eh? Shit, give me my money back. But yeah.
So anyway,
Sorry.
Yeah, he was on a big breakfast.
Yeah, he
Just want
was.
to let that. Anyway, Tom Hardy. So, how you doing?
Nice.
no, that's Chris Hemsworth.
No, he's Tom Hardy now.
No, Tom Hardy will be on next episode.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe.
So, yeah, I mean, in terms of Marvel, it's, like you said, it's always escalating. It's like Dragon Ball Z. It's like they always have to. But if they didn't, well, then the peril wouldn't be as, it has to escalate every time. It's come to Infinity War. This is what we've been culminating for 10 years. And it does its job. And if anything, what I like is that it gives the villain a sympathetic plea. It actually makes him the protagonist in a way.
Yeah.
And he fulfills it. he wipes out. Spoilers. He wipes out half the universe, and we're like, oh shit. Okay.
So who dies? And is
So
never coming
the
back.
original Avengers, the ones
Spoiler alert.
the original Avengers that you see in the first Avengers movie, they survive. The people close to them that they love and care about and they've fought alongside, and most of the Guardians of the Galaxy, apart from Rocket Raccoon, they disappear.
Tom Hanks
They
is
get
gone.
Rocket
dusted.
Raccoon's what? Batista?
No, he's gone. Oh my god, guys, did I tell you? I don't know if I told you. So, Groot, you love Groot, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you didn't get to see him as Baby Groot. You haven't watched Guardians 2 yet.
does he disappear?
So basically, yeah. But when he's being dusted, he says, I am Groot, which is his language. Do you want to know what the actual line is? Because it's in the script. He's talking to Rocket Raccoon.
I love you.
No, Dad. As he's disappearing.
Oh,
and when I read that, and I'm just like, oh my god.
That's Disney. That's
Oh,
Disney.
God.
Okay. I mean, the thing is, look. How are you supposed to know without reading a book on the backstory of that or something?
I read a lot.
Yeah. Of
But
course it's...
the whole universe buys into this whole stuff, and as an outsider, I kind of like the whole idea of it. It's like, look, so like cool, like listening to you guys
you're seeing
talk
it from the
about
outside
it.
and you want to get into it.
It's like people that play Dungeons and Dragons.
Like-
I want to play it, but I don't know what to do.
But it's like, you couldn't fit all this stuff into a 3-hour film, but you're getting so much more out of it than just a 3-hour film. There's stuff to read
you
into
actually make... this sounds really sad.
Oh, guys.
Go on.
You can make friends out of it.
Okay.
What, like real friends or like God friends?
Internet people, some people you just see at the cinema.
Oh,
Twitter?
okay.
Twitter?
I thought
Reddit?
Not Twitter, really.
I thought you meant like friends as in like Chris Hemsworth.
To be honest, our first mass
You're
no. Me and Chris, we're like this now. But Chris, our first like proper outing at uni.
Chris,
I was
not Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, Chris Bridge,
sorry.
our Chris. It was to see the first Avengers movie. Like a load of
That's
us
true,
went.
actually.
I mean,
and it
you
was a big
didn't,
event. It
'cause
was.
we didn't know you existed.
When you first see it, oh fucking hell! When you first see it, it is quite amazing. You think, wow, this is actually. I think I'm more wowed by the achievement rather than the actual film. It's a good film, and you see all these people finding all this planning that comes together, and I can hardly plan my day in the morning. And you think, Jesus Christ, they pulled it off. They actually got all these actors round.
And it's enjoyable.
It's smart. It's funny. There's a lot of money spent on it, but it makes that money back. It makes that money back tenfold. And well done to them. I mean, it's an achievement, if anything.
But I can't imagine that's not the end of it, is it?
No, it's not. It's gonna continue
Yeah,
going
so
on.
isn't that a shame? Wouldn't you like it if they
Had a finality of it.
had a a bookend
The
like?
thing is, some of the characters are done. So we just need to figure out how they're
do
done.
you know?
Well, here's the
Because
thing.
the contracts are
it's
up.
too much of a money maker. It's too much of a money maker, and this era is going to come to a point where we're too saturated with superhero films, and we're going to have to think, okay, Thanos is gone. What happens next? We can't just de-escalate. We can't just go back down to the crossfire.
I have a theory about Avengers 4, right? I don't think Thanos is going to be the villain.
Okay.
I think Thanos is going to try and help get them back because there's going to be another
It's
thing.
going to be an even worse person than Thanos.
Yeah.
So the living tribunal.
Because like I've said, I think Thanos, he's sympathetic. I don't think he's a villain. I don't think he feels he's a villain. I think what he's doing is right and just. So I think something else comes up.
Again, that's escalating it, but it's like we're going to get to a point where we're too saturated and we keep going on and on and on. There's no...
Yeah, but I think after Avengers 4, I don't think we're going to get Avengers movies. We're going to get like event movies occasionally, but everyone's going to have their own franchises. We're probably going to have crossovers and stuff, but the big team ups, I don't think it's going to happen that much.
Back with the boys again.
The problem is they would never end on a good movie. So the problem with it all is they have to end on when they have to make a few movies and then it sort of burns out and fizzles out, rather than ending on this is the last Infinity War movie and this is where it all happens, and that is a bit, and go out with a bang. It's such a shame that they have to ruin the whole legacy of it when you know that it's going to end on like Ant-Man 5.
But the thing is, they haven't made a bad movie yet, other than like the latter Iron Man, but people still like it because of Robert Downey Jr.
Well,
that's
they
what
haven't made an like critical failure or commercial failure yet.
Stemming what?
I don't think they're going to be ending anytime soon.
Well,
Not for at least another decade or
What
so.
Alex said made a point, because we're coming to a point where you've gone for 10 years. I don't think there's a film you can make where you're going to satisfy everyone. You've had so much hype with all these different films. I don't know what you can do to actually end it, or if you want to end it, or just stop making films altogether. There's going to be a critical point where they actually end it. There has to be. An actor's going to die. Someone's going to get fired.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get found out for sexual harassment. I don't know. And
Chris Hemsworth's giving us a look. I'm joking, Chris. You know we love you. He's the one that we sexually harass. Anyway.
but like, there's going to be a major disappointment down the road. I don't think they can critically satisfy all that hunger for superhero films with an ending. You can't.
I don't think there's going to be an end. I think it's his own...
That's a
thing now.
So it's a genre then, rather than like a sequence of movies.
It must be
It's a genre.
It must be a genre.
It's like EastEnders.
Yeah.
No, I feel
Pretty much.
it's an interconnected studio, but I don't think it's a genre because there's so many different genres in it.
I think this is Marvel's other golden age, and then we're going to get into new Iron Men, new superheroes, and then
God,
fizzle
when's
out.
that going to happen?
Oh yeah.
You know what? This shit is actually, it's already developing more and more because they're investing more in television as well. Because you've heard Scarlet Witch and Loki are going to get their own miniseries.
That's the way you
We've
do it.
already got the Netflix ones. We've got the ones on ABC. We've got so many different Marvel TV shows as well.
You don't jump off the cliff; you descend it through, that. Very
so
slowly.
they're experimenting because they know they fucking can.
Yeah, yeah.
They've got the money. They're surpassed everything. Everything they make is going to make profit.
Wouldn't it be nice though if they did just be brave and just like,
No.
this is the last movie
that would
and
be cool.
everyone dies?
No.
Why?
Would be kind of cool.
No.
Iron Man gets shot. Hulk gets
No, I'm all...
cholera.
Okay. I'm all for, like,
Flu.
characters leaving.
Should have got the shots, Banner. You're a doctor.
I'm all for characters leaving, right? But have comic books ended.
That's true.
That's true.
Exactly. Characters can leave, characters can change, characters can die. That's fine. But comic books as a whole, they don't end. Their stories continue, so why can't movies?
Well,
you need to stop seeing them as superhero movies and just start seeing them as movies.
That's true. This goes back to something that I was talking to with Sat about. The films I came up with and I really like, always like, just like, really old, good films, like an hour, 90 minutes long, 2 hours long. I feel all these new rejuvenations of Spider-Man. Oh, it doesn't matter what happened to Spider-Man. What was the one that came for Homecoming? Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man, yeah.
Oh, that was rubbish. We'll throw that. We'll throw that one in. Yeah, but no one else did. So it's like, we don't like that. So we're just gonna forget about him and we'll come out with Spider-Man Homecoming. It's like, it sort of devalues the idea of a 90-minute film, a 2-hour film. It's like, come on, man, like.
That's studio politics. That hasn't got anything to do with the actual story. So basically, Spider-Man is not owned by Marvel. As in, it's a Marvel character from the comic books, but in the 90s, they sold off the rights to a lot of the movies, and Spider-Man was one of them, so Sony actually owns the character of Spider-Man. So Sony came up with the Tobey Maguire iteration. Third one didn't do great, but they need to have a movie in production every 5 years to keep the rights. So they had to reboot it. And then when The Amazing Spider-Man didn't do as well, that's when they came together with Marvel, and then they decided, because they were actually thinking of keeping Andrew Garfield in it, but then it didn't work with the existing plane. So that was studio politics. That has nothing to do with creativity. It's studios.
Well, it changed the whole idea of the film was completely changed. Like the Andrew Garfield stuff was very much in a similar ilk to like the Tobey Maguire stuff. They had the scene in the like school where he was getting taken around the school, and there was the Emma Stone
your girlfriend
character.
My girlfriend, yeah.
And then they came out.
Sorry, Chris, he's so jealous.
We came out with Homecoming, which was like. That was like super bad, but with Spider-Man, right? That's what I thought. It was like
he's the most endearing version of Spider-Man.
Who? Andrew Garfield?
No.
What was I about to say?
What's his name? Tom Holland.
Yeah, he seems quite like from what I've seen.
He seems like a lovely young man.
I have a heart for Tobey Maguire, but that's like
I have a hard on for Andrew Garfield.
I just feel like the amount of Spider-Mans there have been, like. I don't really care anymore. I don't care if he dies or not because he's just going to come back. And I know he's never going to die because there's always wants to be a sequel. And even if he does die, he's going to come back in less than a year's time.
If he does die, you do realise there's been other Spider-Men. It's not always Peter Parker.
I mean, have you seen some of these horrendous 70s Spider-Man films?
Spider-Man.
There were some really horrible ones that came out earlier, and they hardly got an idea of what the character was. But the whole point was he climbed up buildings and he punched people, but that's about it.
I'm sick of seeing the scene of the school trip going to the science lab and someone gets bitten by a spider. I can't be asked for that anymore.
I'm so glad that it skipped over it.
Yeah, they skipped over it.
It's like Bruce Wayne's parents getting shot. How many fucking times do I have to watch that fucking scene?
Origin stories in general piss me off because we've seen them so many times, especially Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't
mind it if it was like unique, but These are the most famous characters as well.
And we
like
know-
with Doctor
we know.
Strange, I kind of needed his origin story.
Yeah,
I didn't know much about him. But like with these characters, everyone knows everything.
And it's like-
we all watched the fucking cartoons when we were growing up as well.
But the worst part is these films that take 40 minutes for the incident to happen, where you have to set up his life beforehand or something. I mean, I think the Hulk was a bad contender for that. Where he's Bruce Banner for 30 minutes of the
Which
film.
one
or
was
something.
that?
I think the first one.
Like, wait, which one?
you-
That's what I'm saying. The first one. The first one.
Wasn't
Right,
Ang Lee
yeah.
more? Ang Lee
So,
was more Bruce Banner than Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they spent a whole chunk of the film as Bruce Banner going through his troubles and things like that. Politics in the
Yeah.
film. When you want to watch the Hulk film, you want to get straight to it in the first 12 minutes. Let's just do it.
Yeah, but that's Ang Lee's style.
Yeah, true.
Like Brokeback Mountain, it took a long time
That's
before we
right.
got the.
Yeah,
It's a
but
slow
Brokeback
burn.
Mountain was not the same as the Hulk.
I will say, to be honest,
there's
Brokeback
similarities.
Mountain, the part
Brokeback Mountain.
before the mountain sex, okay?
And me and the bumming.
The stuff before the mountain sex was just as important as the stuff after the mountain sex. I will say
The
that.
same can be said for the Hulk.
What Bruce Banner had for breakfast is not as important as his big incident. But again, like you said, that's his style. Probably wasn't the genre he should have taken up.
From that film, the Ang Lee Hulk, I just remember him like bounding across deserts. And I
Yeah.
quite like that image.
That was cool. It's a
Kicking
cool
tanks,
image.
I remember.
It's a shame it lasts 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, maybe.
But-
I haven't watched that Hulk movie since
The
it came
best
out.
Hulk film was the second one with Ed Norton. That is
I
really
was
good.
a bit bored.
Who's the girl in that? I remember.
Liv Tyler.
Oh,
Tyler.
yeah. Okay, so
Arwen.
Erwin.
I'll say so that Hulk film. I just want to
give
say
me
this.
relax.
It's again, it does suffer from that whole slow burn. But the last 20 minutes of this fight between Hulk and his antiphysical, the Abomination, it's like anti-Hulk or whatever you call it. It's some of the best
Is he
monster
purple?
fighting scene you've ever seen in any film. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's crazy cool.
Crazy cool.
Crazy cool. So Kat Dennings.
Well, to be honest, I was hoping we'd talk about what we thought was going to happen in Avengers 4, but you don't give a shit. You don't know anything.
What?
So-
Tell
Okay.
me, what do you think is going to happen in Avengers
Okay,
4?
so have you watched Ant-Man and the Wasp?
No, yeah.
No.
Okay, so it delves into the quantum realm.
Chris
So
has seen
I
it. He's
think
nodding.
I feel like Chris Hemsworth, he's always got my back. I feel like maybe the souls of the people that got dusted are in the quantum realm because we know they're somewhere because they've got
Really?
sequels.
I thought they were. See.
And we've got Captain Marvel coming out in March, and she's apparently
that I wanna
super
see. That I
badass.
wanna
'cause
see.
that trailer looks amazing as well.
I'm all for
It
that
looks
one.
super badass.
What are you talking about?
Captain Marvel,
It's like a
Brie Larson.
kick-ass,
Brie Larson.
kick-ass hot woman.
Yeah,
Is that her superhero name? Hot
no,
Woman?
her superhero is Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Her name is Captain Marvel.
She apparently she's like in the comics she's quite impulsive. She's like I'll just beat this guy up now or something. So and in the comics now she's Muslim as well. So
I don't think that's them
that's
just
the
saying
new
that's
one.
not
That's
Carol
the
Danvers. Yeah.
new one. Like
Yeah.
they've done this thing where they've reinvented everyone. Captain America is a woman, a Latino woman.
Wait,
Thor is a
what?
woman.
Captain America.
They've done this.
No,
No,
she's
it's
Brie
comic
Larson.
books.
These comic
No,
book
Captain
Marvel.
America is Chris. That's someone
Captain
different.
Marvel.
That's Steve Rogers you're thinking about.
Marvel had no. There's a Captain America who's a Latino woman now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've reinvented.
It's finally, like, it's been around for 70 years. There's always been a white man.
Yeah, but Captain America was a white man. Why can't they just make
Well, because
Latino...
Captain America dies. Like, everyone dies. Everyone has a lifespan.
And then
You were
they-
just talking about
But
this.
is there then going to be another Captain America?
Yeah, so they take on the mantle, but as
There's
different
a-
characters.
they-
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough.
There's a Gwenpool as well.
Wait, what?
Like instead of Deadpool, there's
When are we
Gwenpool.
going to get a Squirrel Girl? Because, like...
Squirrel.
Oh, a Squirrel Girl film. I don't really want a Squirrel Girl.
I don't know,
film.
I'm
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
interested.
Shark Boy, fucking Lava Girl.
I'm like really interested in seeing the Squirrel Girl
Stretch
movie.
Dude and
Like
Copper Girl.
Hemsworth. Do you have anything to say?
Collector.
No, apparently not. Oh my god, no.
Oh my God,
We
Chris.
need a movie with a Grandmaster.
Is that an original
A
Darth
grandma.
Maul?
Grandmaster.
Oh,
Okay,
I thought
you
it was
really...
like Grandma Girl.
You need to watch Thor Ragnarok.
Grandma Girl gives out hard-boiled sweets.
Watch Thor Ragnarok. Or Rock. You need to watch
Yeah,
it.
okay. No,
Okay.
They say
okay.
Grandmaster is Jeff Goldblum.
No.
Okay,
you're
yes,
joking.
yes.
That sounds sick.
As a skeptic, I will say Thor Ragnarok is probably the best Marvel film I've ever seen.
I took him to
Okay,
it.
and Jeff Goldblum's in it.
Jeff
Yeah.
Goldblum's in it.
He's
We shouldn't have said that.
amazing.
It would have been better if you had the surprise, but we didn't go with the surprise.
Oh,
We
Okay,
still love it.
I will
love
bring it
Jeff
for you next time we
Goldblum.
record, yeah?
You'll love it when you see him. He's only one part of it. There's so many other great
Oh
parts.
my god, every part. Like, okay, so the
love it.
director, you will love him.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi, he's amazing. He's directed so many good films.
Oh, he's directed the film. He directed...
What We Do in the
What We Do in the
Shadows,
Shadows.
Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah, Hunt for the Wilder
Yeah,
People.
like, yeah. But like...
And what else did he do? He did something else.
What
And
We
he
Do in the
voices a
Shadows.
character in it as well.
Oh god, yes. Cool. Hi, my name's Cork. I'm made of rocks.
Oh, look at you. Huh? You need some help? Oh, no problem. No worries.
Hunt for the Wilder People. We like that, yeah?
I'm kind of like the lead around here.
We won't say any more. You need
Yeah,
to go
you need to watch it.
Go watch it. It's
It
brilliant.
sounds...
And I'm so sorry, Chris Hemsworth, for my New Zealand
Do you
accent.
think you could say a post Guardians of the Galaxy superhero movie? Yeah, as in like that. Ever since then, they added a real sense of like really.
I think Thor Ragnarok is the post because like
That added a real sense of like quite like American Office-esque like comedy, which I hadn't seen in superhero movies.
if it wasn't for Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't think Thor Ragnarok would have came out the way it was.
You know why? I agree because when we saw Guardians, they realised they can do more than
Yeah.
just the superhero
Whereas
genre.
Thor was like the weakest of the trilogy, like the solo movies. His character himself, like, because Chris, I love you, man. I
It's literally
keep
fish
forgetting
out of
he's
water.
here.
It's fish out of water.
Yeah,
shit.
Chris, I love you. You're hilarious, but they were kind of dull.
They were. I
Like
mean, it's
Thor
fun,
1
but,
set it up. Thor 2 was like, oh god.
but it's literally like you're watching
watched the worst
a
ones.
90s
Yeah.
film. Like, what was it? Like, the 90s was chock full of them, like, oh, He-Man, but he's in New York. Or fucking, what is it, Toy Story, but they're in the city. It's that fish out of water stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, take a popular character, the Pink Panther, but he's in America. It's Thor, but he's in Earth.
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
goes
Oh,
to
goes on holiday.
Actually, that's a quite good film. I love Mr. Bean. Yeah, and then in number 2, they did something different. They kind of had to set up the Power Stone story. That's fine, whatever.
Yeah, it did have to do a lot of the stonework.
Yeah.
The script working in some of these films must be quite hard. You're going to have to be writing to set up a film that may or may not be made in 6 years' time.
Oh no,
depending-
they know what's getting made in
depending-
6 years'
Do
time.
you think they've got so much money where they could just be like, trust me, whether this film goes down the pan or not, it's going to get made?
Well, here's the thing. Even their bad films, there is some really good script writing in them.
It seems very collaborative.
Thor 2 has some of the best heartfelt moments between Loki when you see what he's actually
Yeah,
like.
but the thing is, the original version, Alan Taylor's version, before apparently the studio butchered it, but I actually think they probably made it better, didn't have that much Thor and Loki in it. So Loki was only in a couple scenes. So they did loads of reshoots over the following summer, and they had added loads of scenes with him and Frigga and Odin, and yeah.
To be fair, you're right. Like all the films, no matter, I would say the downfall in all of them. Sometimes they get too complicated and too long, and they get lost in their own.
I
Like
don't think they're that complicated.
I think they're self-contained enough where you can enjoy them.
sometimes, but they always are able to create a good scene. They're always. I'd say there's quite a lot of love put into them, and they're all quite like respectful of like Hollywood. I would say they've seen films before and they know how to make a good scene. I'd say.
Even one of the most uneventful films, Iron Man 2, which I kind of like anyway, a lot of it is kind of boring when you look at it through an action movie standpoint. There's 2 scenes where they just have like him fighting, what's the bad guy in that? Whiplash?
Thor 2.
In Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2, yeah, Whiplash.
He fights-
And
Was
it JT,
Justin Hammer as well.
Justin Hammer as well. Well, he has all the robots around him as well.
Isn't that Thor,
That's
Loki Iron Man 3?
2. No, it's Iron Man 2.
Whiplash, isn't it?
That's
That's
not
not
quite-
quite.
Rourke. Mickey
That's not
Rourke.
quite
Yeah,
my
Mickey
tempo.
Rourke, yeah.
Mickey,
it's
not quite my tempo.
Yeah, because that was the problem with Iron Man 2. They had like 2 shit villains.
But the thing is, there's scenes in that and lines where I will replay them because they aren't that good. Again, that's the same with Marvel. All their shit films still have
Is
some
it
good
wrong
moments.
that like the people seem to really love the Iron Man movies? For me, it's like they're the weakest ones.
It's Robert Downey Jr.'s like I think he's really good. To be fair,
Yeah, no, him. Yeah, he's great.
carries
But
stuff.
he's the Paul.
he is Tony Stark at this point.
He is actually.
Yeah.
He's the most believable character because he
not Tony character.
literally is Tony Stark.
He's probably got enough money to build an Iron Man
And every
suit.
time I see Chris Evans, I just think to myself, yeah, you're him now, but a couple of years ago,
Chris
you were
Hemsworth
fucking
is throwing you daggers.
the Human
man.
Torch. Huh?
Chris Hemsworth is throwing you daggers, saying there's something nice about him.
Oh, was Chris Hemsworth in Fantastic
Why
Four?
don't you ask him?
He was.
You were talking about Chris
What do you
Evans.
mean?
The classic.
Chris Evans. Yeah, where is what are the Fantastic Four in? What are they from?
Oh yeah.
They are Marvel, but also again they weren't owned by Marvel. They were owned by Fox.
Are they going to come in?
Just-
Yeah, no.
Alba.
So basically, they were owned by Fox, but now Disney has bought Fox.
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently, like, the Fantastic Four was supposed to be really badass in the comics, but everyone says, yeah, the films suck. And they kind of do.
They do suck.
Silver Surfer.
It's so weak.
Oh shit, the Silver Surfer. Right, fair play.
Yeah, mate. Galactus, they did him wrong. But
Did they do
I've
Galactus?
always looked at the Fantastic Four like, what a bunch of...
Wait, did they do? Where was Galactus?
He was the Cloud.
What about the Thing?
Did I completely
Michael
forget?
Chiklis.
Clobbering time. Clobbers.
It's clobbering time.
It's clobbering time.
Thing
yeah,
is, he
so-
looked like the Thing. He did not feel like the Thing.
Before he changed, he looked like the Thing.
But he didn't feel like the Thing, you know? If that makes any sense.
Oh man! But at the same time, again, you still find little moments you enjoy in those films. So like, they're cheesy.
Yeah, the Human Torch, like being naked, that's what I enjoyed. You know, when he flamed
give me
on
shit
and
for
like he was
Kat
naked.
Dennings.
Yeah.
For goodness sake.
Well, this is the inequality we face in this world right now.
Hemsworth's going to give me his number
If we
later.
had said that about Jessica Alba, then it wouldn't have been okay.
That's true. It's true. It's a double standard. I apologise, Chris Evans.
Do you guys want me to test you in a Marvel quiz?
Ooh, well, to round
I'm
it off.
afraid I'll be bad, but okay.
you know
What are you
We've got-
talking about? You could name all 6 Infinity Stones.
Yeah, I did that with no help whatsoever.
You killed it. All right. Who do you think would win in the quiz?
In what?
In this quiz that I'm about to do?
Who's in it?
Who would win?
You
Me or
two,
out of us
you
two?
Muppets.
Me, of course.
I don't want to sound arrogant, so I'll go for Chris.
You've got to have self-confidence.
Come on, you gotta have self-confidence.
No, but then it will make me look better when I do win.
That's fine.
Oh, good shout. Fair play.
That's all right, that's
You've got
fine.
nothing to lose now,
I'm the
Tommy.
villain now.
Chris.
I'm the villain. So, yeah.
All right, let's start with an easy one. How many Iron Man films are there?
3.
3.
Come on, get on with it.
Should we write it down? Because, like, we can't just shout out.
That's all right. No,
all right.
Should we have like, should we like beep or should we put our hands up or something? Whoever has the answer. Because what if we give away the answer or something?
No, I think it's the first to answer, but you only get one answer. You can't just be like 3, 4, 5, 6. You only
Okay.
get one answer.
No, how about we get one answer until the other person has to go, and then it's up to
Okay,
us to
yeah,
go.
Alright,
nice,
yeah,
like
cool,
that.
cool.
Yeah,
Because what if
great.
neither of us get it?
Yeah,
That's just
good.
stupid.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
So if you shout it out, and then the other
Are you
person...
actually taking points down? 'Cause
Oh,
we both got that.
it's in here.
I
It's
can
up in here.
remember
So we
mine.
both got that.
This is Democracy Made
Okay.
Manifest.
Oh, in the X-Men films, is X-Men Marvel?
Yeah, technically, but it's owned by Fox. It's Marvel
I
Comics,
think,
but
like
owned by
Men in
Fox.
Black, right?
Oh, this is actually a tough question.
Okay.
What's...
I haven't watched the last few
So
X-Men.
is this me or you?
I
This
actually
is
haven't
both.
watched.
You know,
Okay,
whoever
okay.
shouts out
Okay.
first.
I actually generally haven't watched the last X-Men movies. The last
What's
few
the
ones.
name of Professor Xavier's telepathy?
Cerebro. I said Cerebro first. Does that count?
There's, just so we all know that there's 3 optional answers.
It was Cerebro, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Jesus.
In Guardians of the Galaxy 2, like, you gotta be quick here.
Okay.
Which singer reportedly makes an appearance for just half...
David Hasselhoff.
Incorrect.
Oh, shit.
So now you get to hear the whole question,
Yeah,
Chris.
thank you.
Which singer reportedly makes an appearance for just half a second, chosen for a cameo because her voice would be perfect for a robot?
Oh, shit. Oh, okay, Lady Gaga.
Oh, ho, ho. Incorrect.
No.
Cher?
Does no one know? That's probably a shit question. It doesn't make you any less of people, don't worry.
Who was it?
The Smiley Virus.
Who?
Virus.
Miley Cyrus.
Miley
Oh.
Cyrus. Serious? Okay.
Wow, okay.
Right, okay.
Which former The Office actor plays an aged version of Caliban in the 2017 Wolverine movie Logan?
I'm not gonna
I know this.
I know
I'm not gonna know
Caliban.
that.
I know this.
Wait, which aging did you say?
So which person from The Office is in Logan?
Rainn Wilson?
The freaky,
Fucking
the tall, freaky, goggle-eyed freak.
Martin Freeman?
No.
Oh, wait. British office or American office?
British office.
Oh shit!
Stephen Merchant.
Correct.
Okay.
Come on, don't you?
Stephen Merchant. I didn't even watch Logan. I know nothing about
watched
Logan.
Logan's good.
I didn't watch Logan.
It's alright.
The girl screaming got on my nerves a bit.
Oh shit!
You are
You're
keeping
right.
score,
Yeah, Caliban.
right? You are keeping
I
score.
was thinking of fucking Wolverine.
None of
Origins.
you have got any so far.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, no, you got Cerebro, correct.
Yeah, what was I thinking?
Right. Shall I keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Go on,
Yeah,
this is fun.
We need to play it
We can
now.
cut this out if we need to.
No, we're not cutting this out. Unless I lose.
So, at the moment we're on 2-1. Let's call it 1-0.
Wait, what?
Because you've got a point.
I got 2.
You got Cerebro. Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah,
so did
Cerebro.
Chris.
Oh, yeah, we got a draw, so 1-0. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, interesting. I didn't know this was Marvel. An oldie but a goodie. How does the character Blade become half vampire in the 90s?
His mother was bitten by a vampire.
But I knew that one.
I know you did, and I took it from you.
What did you say?
His mother was bitten by a vampire.
No, can I be more specific? His mother was bitten by a vampire while she was in labour.
No, you can't do that. You can't up me like that. Oh, I say your answer with a full stop.
Wait. His mother could have been bitten by a vampire any time.
While she's pregnant. Doesn't say anything about labour.
But I was specified the baby thing.
No. I'm going to give that to Chris.
I should get half a point at least.
It's 1-0. It's 1-0. Who directed...
Wait, can we go back to the Blade thing, right? the fact that she...
The fact.
The fact that she got bitten put her into premature labour.
Yeah, it was his mum, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I'm glad you did
Fine,
that.
okay, let's move on to the next one.
Who directed Thor?
Kenneth Branagh. Kenneth Branagh.
The 2000... Yeah, but you don't know which one I'm talking about.
Okay.
The 2011 Marvel...
Kenneth Branagh! What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
To be fair, I wouldn't have got that.
Correct.
So you take that.
I could have
know
told
Kenneth
you.
Branagh?
I could have told you
Yeah, I
that.
just didn't know that. I didn't know that one.
Okay, let's keep going.
3-2 to Tarmin before she rips my face off. What's the name of the rival shrinking technology in the 2015 film Ant-Man?
Shit. I mean, I know the villain, but...
Shrink off. Shrink
Let
on.
me tell you. Okay, I'll give you a clue.
Wasping.
It is a colour and then the word jacket.
Yellow
Bluing.
Jacket.
Yellow Jacket. Yellow
But
Jacket.
I thought that was the villain's... Oh, yeah, that is Yellow Jacket.
Correct, yellow jacket.
Good, well done. Well done.
See, I thought that, but I thought, okay, no, that's what you call the villain, not the technology.
4-2 to Tarmin.
Thor 2. That's a
Thor 2.
shit film.
Ah, nice.
Okay, let's go.
Which Game of Thrones star played John Grey in 2016's X-Men Apocalypse?
Jean Grey, that's Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner, who plays...
I did it, and I corrected the fucking question.
Peter Dinklage was in
He was in...
Ragnarok, wasn't
Yeah, no, he was in
X-Men...
Infinity War.
He was in X-Men...
Oh, yeah, he's
Apocalypse.
No, Days of Future Past, wasn't it?
Days of Future Past.
Yeah. Okay, so I got that one.
Yeah, so...
And I fixed the question, so that's an extra point.
6-2.
I fixed the question, so that's an extra point.
Okay.
Okay.
You are the Marvel person, so that's fine. Okay.
She's got 6
How many more
Infinity Stones
questions?
at the
Okay,
moment.
next question takes all. Yeah.
How many
There's
questions?
2 more
It's
questions.
dark. Okay, let's do both of them.
According to the critics, 2015's Fantastic Four was a bit of a tweaky. But with which film did it share the worst picture Golden Raspberry that year?
Catwoman? No.
Wait, 2015?
No, yeah, seriously.
I
this isn't a
won't know
Marvel
this.
film.
This isn't a Marvel film.
No.
I won't know this, I don't think.
Let's just-
2015. What bad movies were out in 2015? Was it 50 Shades of Grey?
No!
Flipping got it! She's flipping got it!
Jesus.
Tom him! You killed that!
Is it wrong that I automatic? I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm not really that sorry for 50 Shades of Grey fans. It's a shit movie.
You smashed that!
Well done. Like,
Congrats.
The last question.
okay.
In 2004, Thomas Jane played Frank Castle, aka the Punisher,
yeah.
in the film of the same name.
Okay.
Oh, this is too easy. But what was the iconic logo on the Vigilante Alter Egos t-shirt?
Skull.
Rubbish question.
I win!
That's
Yeah,
seven,
but I win, don't I, really?
7-3 to
The
Tom.
last one's the take-all question. It's worth 5 points. So
Still
I
lost.
think, so I think, viewers, after all that, it's always the winner who signs off. So I'm just going to let you guys know.
So, guys, you guys know that I'm amazing. Well, they knew already, to be honest. Let's just be frank. They knew already.
I'll be frank, but who are you going to be?
That's
a little Wayne's World joke.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I need to watch that again.
I haven't watched it in so long. Okay, anyway.
Have you got any Megadeth?
Okay, so that was a fun end. You did that to end our conversation because you were sick of talking about it, weren't you?
I was really enthused by the way you talk about it. Makes you think like it's like, and then I can ask a question. You'll be like, "Well, no, that was the Megastar."
But the thing is, it's always good to have someone who's outside the conversation. It gives it that sort
Yeah,
of...
it's like we're educating you.
Yeah, but it's like you know another language that I don't even know, and it's like I
Yeah,
want to
but
know all
Gimli,
about
you
it.
probably have learned Elfish by now, so...
It's like when you...
A dwarf would never learn Elvish.
Yeah, but he became friends with Legolas.
Oh, shit! He just out-tokened you.
Yeah,
Jesus.
But I'm not a Tolkien head, though.
I am.
But Gimli was friends with Legolas.
Well, it took a lot. It took a lot.
They would have respected each other enough.
Not the beard!
Okay, calm yourself, Gimli.
Sorry.
So
Never trust an elf!
so these guys were useless to talk to because they knew nothing.
Settle down, Legolas.
They were Jon Snow.
Oh.
So if you wanna message us or something and have a gas,
Tarmim knows loads about the Marvel Universe.
I know loads about loads. Let's just be honest.
A little bit about a little bit. What
do you know, Chris?
She knows I love Lord of the Rings. I'm a Lord of the Rings head.
Oh yeah, no, he loves Lord of the Rings.
I like it more than you. I bet I could kill
Didn't you and some other people go as the Fellowship a few years ago to Comic-Con?
No, I was going to be Saruman because I'm
Tall.
wise and
No, because you're tall.
tall and evil. I look great with a beard. And also...
Maybe you guys should do an episode educating me on Lord of the Rings.
Oh, mate. Can we do next episode on Lord of the Rings?
I would love to do that. You're not a Lord of the Rings head?
I mean, I've watched the movies
How many times each?
a few times.
Oh, my
few
God.
is
That's
far too
disappointing.
I've not read the books.
Okay, so yeah, we are having an episode of that.
We'll do
Yeah,
one.
that's next episode. Sorted.
I
Fine.
mean, Chris Hemsworth can still join.
Can we do a quiz?
I would happily do a quiz.
I would
will...
rinse you out in a quiz.
You sure? Are you
It's
sure?
unfortunate for you.
Okay, but
I have to be Cena right now and go,
So,
are you sure about that?
Oh, you should totally give credit to the online quiz that you used.
Yes.
You're right. I should.
But when we do our quiz, maybe I'll come up with questions.
Yeah,
That'd be
you should
great,
come
yeah.
up. Please.
That'd be great.
Fucking ready.
If I lose this, I'll have nothing.
Maybe not
Really?
next episode, but the episode after.
We
We'll
have
do
to
that.
thank the BBC, the Great British Castle, for the Marvel quiz. It's really good. Visit. It's BBC Three, in fact. Yeah, bbc.co.uk if you want to do your own Marvel quiz.
Or you can just gas with me and Chris Hemsworth, and we'll be cool.
I don't like Chris Hemsworth.
Why not?
Yeah, I don't like the
coming
colourless
around.
jib.
No.
But you're not going to go to the pub. Okay, it's fine. It's just me and
He
Chris
hasn't.
Hemsworth.
He hasn't. He hasn't looked at me since you've been in here.
He does that.
He just
does
looked
that.
at us. He's not comfortable with new people.
That's fair enough. I understand
Yeah,
that.
but he
but
smiles at you.
constantly.
Yeah,
for the
because
last hour.
We've spent
Like-
time together.
Like, he literally smiles at you like Patrick Bateman. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, he looks at you. And he hasn't left. And he has no reason to be here.
He's just on his phone waiting for us to go Weatherspoons.
We
You know
had him
how
in-
Australians like a drink?
Yeah, we had him in one time.
He
Okay, we had him in
stinks
one
of
time.
cheese and onion crisps.
Wait, what the fuck?
We had him in one time.
He stinks of Vegemite. I don't like the
He's wearing
Vegemite.
the same fucking Hawaiian shorts like last time. And we need to discuss this. I don't know why he's doing this. Is this his outgoer gear? Is this his shit gear? But he's in here, and he knows we're on radio, so he doesn't have to make an effort.
He's just on his phone. So it's fine. It's fine. Chris Evans, if you want to reach out to us and join us on another episode. These guys just want to bone you, so it's great.
He's alright.
Yeah.
Next episode, fucking Lord of the Rings.
No, maybe the episode after. We'll
Why?
see. I'll tell you why.
It's coming. It's
Okay,
coming.
it's coming.
Winter's coming.
Yeah, winter is coming. It's definitely coming. So I think...
So's Isengard. Oh,
Works a bit. It works a bit. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I think we should bid good day because this conversation isn't giving me anything. I already know too much. I've
Isengard's
learned nothing.
coming.
Okay, I think we should say bye, guys, because we have homes to go to as well.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Chris says bye as well.
Say goodnight, Kevin.
Fly, you fools.
Good night, Kevin.
You just say fly, you fool. Okay, all right, bye.
Bye, bye, bye.